Alright, hey everybody, this is an ASOS and I am off on an older map. This is the DW20 pack and I wanted to do just a little base tour today, maybe for myself as much as for anybody else. This pack I customized, added a few different things to it and kind of maintained through the first 10 or so updates to the Direwolf pack. So this was from 1.0 to 1.10 I think it was. And yeah, it was turned out to be a bit of a pain to do all the updates. I was updating my client, I was running it on a server, so I had to update the server, and then I was updating my wife's client as well. And you do that 3 different places, 10 different times, and after a while it's like, okay, that's enough. But I thought it was a pretty cool world, and I think I'm probably not going to update it anymore, and I'm going to eventually lose the ability to log in here and check it out because all the mods change, and I'm not going to mess with keeping this thing up to date. So yeah, I just thought I'd jump on here a little bit and play around. So if you're watching, I hope you enjoy it. If not, then hey, this is just for me, so I can look back in 6 months or a year or whatever and see what's going on. So let's see. One of the things I added is it was called Better Dungeons, I think, but then it says Chocolate Quest. I'm not really sure, but it was kind of a roguelike dungeons type mod. Um, I'll get back to that at the end of the video actually, because there's kind of some cool world gen from that. You can see I've got a full set of power armor on from modular power suits, and of course it's tricked out with all the different goodies. I've got portal guns and the redstone flux capacitor, a mining laser, obviously all the Thaumcraft goodness, a Tinker's Construct hammer with the energy upgrade, so it doesn't use durability, it uses energy. And yeah, we got Ars Magica on here. If I sneak right click, I got a fire spell with some knockback, some slow, one that does frost and fire damage. The heal and regen, which I thought would be a really good one, but it actually takes 500 mana, 540. And yeah, I've got 5,000 mana, but let's just do one thing I never quite got about this. Let's see, is that the right one? Yeah. One thing I never quite got about this is you get that burnout going, right? Let me just cast this one time. Bam. Full on burnout, and now if I wanted to cast it a second time, it would cost, over 1,000 mana. So not very effective. So I actually made a heal and a regen separately, and those kind of worked, but anyway. Alright, so let's go check out the old base here. Um, in my Magic Farm playthrough, I've got the thermostatic harness. Here the power suit gives you flight, and I always like the flight in here because it's it obeys gravity and physics a little bit. So the more power you put to going forward, the less power you get to going up. So if you want to go up fast, you just don't move forward. I don't know. Probably hard to see on the video, but it's definitely a different type of flight. Here's where I summoned the Water Guardian. Obviously this is a water biome. You throw a boat and a bucket of water in there, and the Water Guardian pops up. And then I would just walk back here and make him follow me back to land, so fighting him here he wouldn't be able to throw me under the water and do the watery grave and all that. And these are the Ars Magica light spell, like so. Yeah. Not quite as powerful as a torch, but kind of cool and a way to level up your Ars Magica a bit. Let's see, over here we have the mana bean farm, completely manual. I did not do any automation. I had a few of each type of mana bean, pretty much, but didn't get anywhere near into like filling the crucible up, not the crucible, the arcane furnace up or anything like that with it. My wife did these. These are pretty cool, little stone lamps instead of just basic torches. They look nice. And we ended up putting a wall around everything so that everything inside the wall is fully lit and nothing can spawn in here. so no mobs can get in. Here's a little micro blocky stuff. We got some stone, quarried stone, which is from Railcraft. Pillars, and it's micro-blocked into pillars and slabs. We've also got some ornate and quarried blocks. Oh, and I am running a resource pack or texture pack. This is Faithful 32 with updates. I don't know the name of the guy that does it, but there's a guy that's keeping these up to date for modded Minecraft, because Faithful is really just vanilla. Here's our little pool. This is actually part of the land when we came here, so kind of kept that and made a neat little courtyard here. This is the first house we made when we came here, because we needed to just kind of put down roots and have a place to build out the rest of it. Had a bit of a plan for the overall, and we just kind of hung out in here. We had some chests. I guess there's still chests. Oh, hey cat. I think that was my wife's cat. So yeah, there's still just a few random pieces of junk in here, and the old school furnaces. Project Red inverted lamps. What did we use? Glass covers. Thickened glass covers. Oh, thickened glass, right, that's a different one. So that's not clear glass from Tinker's Construct. This is thickened glass from... I don't remember. Thickened. From Extra Utilities. So that's some glass and some sand smelted together, and that was kind of our first... We didn't have a Tinker's Construct smeltery setups yet, so we couldn't make clear glass, and I didn't want to use standard glass because it's ugly. So that was our compromise. Oh yeah, here, check this out. This is a obviously a silverwood tree. This thing has 3 different pure nodes in it. I mean, all silverwood tree nodes are pure, but this one actually had 3 of them in it, and this was here when we moved in. This is when I was first starting to mess with Thaumcraft 4 and didn't know too much about it, so I think in Thaumcraft 3, yeah, you could merge nodes together, and if you merged a smaller one with a pure node, then you could increase the size of the pure node or something. So anyway, we kind of settled next to this on purpose. So and if you're hearing the little shock absorbers, that's on the power armor, so I don't take any fall damage. I can just fall straight down and shoot. Okay, tiny little manual rubber farm. Didn't do a lot of industrial crafts, so I didn't need a lot of rubber. I'm not sure if MFR actually generated rubber trees in this version or not. Thinking maybe it didn't. So let's see, what else? Okay, so obviously that's the main house. We'll go in there next. But just back here, oh, one of the mods I added was Darkcraft. And in the end I found out Darkcraft is basically, in my mind, it does basically everything that other mods do. It just does it twice as easy. So anything you can do with another mod Darkcraft can do, or adds on to it and makes it easier, or the durability is twice as high, or the power is twice, half as much, or requirements or whatever. So I don't know, in the end Darkcraft was fine, but no big deal. Here we have a forestry tree farm. Right click it, we get the old multi-block inventory or interface, and I think I automated this except for the fertilizer and maybe the dirt, because this lasts for quite a while. It's not a big deal just to come out here and refill that by hand once a week kind of. So I was just sort of keeping an eye on that. Here's a wrath lamp from Factorization, which are cool. They do kind of like Thaumcraft. They do like 16 in each direction ish. I think that's the right number. And Thaumcraft, it actually actively seeks out and scans the area and tries to see where more light is needed. But these guys just fill the whole area with light blocks. So everything here is just totally full of light blocks. Alright, here is the smeltery room, or the Tinker's Construct room. This was, I think, the second thing we made. Well, probably made the little farm over there first. Yeah, so pretty standard Tinker's construct. I've got 2 drains. I didn't know you could go on the corner yet, but that's fine. I kind of like this almost a little better. So we've got the basin and the table. Got some different casts and stuff. Got, oh yeah, fair amount of ardite and cobalt. I don't know if I ever made a manual thing in this one or not. And then some basic automation with the hopper under there and the chest here. So you can just dump it out. You still had to right click to get it out because I didn't set up a lever or timer or anything like that. Well, you need a item duct and a lever. That's what you need. Cool little bibliocraft bookcase. These are neat. You can just put the books in them, in different positions, and they actually change in the bookcase. So that's kind of cool. Seem to be a good place to hold the Tinker's Construct books. IC2 iron furnace. Feed it with coal, and it's what 10 blocks instead of 8 per piece of coal. So just a little bit faster, and a little bit nicer. The old tool forge. I think you can, well, on the chest. Yeah, there are some interesting little sound glitches here for some reason. And those, yeah, there it goes. Those were happening a bunch. So these are just like random growy stuff that I didn't want to throw into the AE system that's inside. We were going to build a house around this and do a little like indoor farm thing, but ended up just kind of leaving this as is. Cotton farm back here because we needed a bunch of string at one point. Obviously sugar canes, cocoa beans. Did the cocoa beans because they are, well, all dyes are worth 1 census in Thaumcraft 4. And this is a real easy way to just farm some beans or dye. And farm some dye, and these are brown dye basically because they're beans. Little manual cactus farm. What else we got here? Oh yeah, ender lilies. So these are, again, from extra utilities. These are in Magic Farm according to the NEI, but I never found a seed. So they either don't spawn or they're extremely rare or something. But basically you can plant these guys, and if you plant them on endstone they grow much, much faster. And these, once they're mature, you break them and you'll get a ender pearl and an ender lily seed back. So that's pretty cool. And that makes it so you don't have to go out hunting endermen all over the place. Sheep farm, cow farm, and as you can see, they have some hats on. Raining, great. You know what? This is cheaty world anyway, so we'll just turn that right back off. And heck, we'll even get some light. We'll just make it dawn. Mobs aren't going to be able to get in here anyway, so it doesn't matter. So he's got a little ender chest hat on, and he's got just a regular hat, or regular chest hat. What was it, H for hats? Oh yeah. So I have a solar helmet on, but there's just all sorts of crazy ones. Oh yes, Skyrim hat. I wore that for a little bit. Anyway, I thought the solar helmet went well with the modular power suits. So if you turn on the power, let's see, is it K? No. There we go. If you turn on the power suits so that the whole helm is on, you can't see your face, and that's annoying. But here you can go in, I messed with this for a while, you can go in and change all the different pieces. So I put some blues and reds, and the default whites and all that. So you can customize the heck out of these power suits and make them look how you want. They're pretty cool. And completely overpowered, but there you go. So what do we got over here? Oh yes, the horses, right. So we did ride around a bit on horses. We did get some donkeys to move a bunch of stuff down here. Oops. I wanted to shift click you. Yeah, they're empty. And kept them here. Of course, once you get a power suit, you don't need that anymore, but we didn't have power suits for a very long time. Okay, so the main house. Oh, yeah, I still think this is a pretty cool build. It was sort of based on a, what do we look for? I think it was Buddhist temple idea. So that's like the main temple, and this was supposed to be the courtyard, and yeah, I think it was pretty cool. I don't know. Let's see. So here's a little bit of Ars Magica redstone inlay just for pretty decoration or whatever. Did a little bit of Mistcraft over in this corner. Endstone. Oh, that's an age that had endstone in it. A random age with endstone in it, right? I don't think... I guess I didn't set up a hub in this one. Okay. Oh, these stairs. These stairs took so long to try to figure out how to put the stairs down and how to get them to connect and where they should go, but I think they're very cool, and the part I like is I kept using them all the way through the whole mod, or playing through this, even though I put in an elevator. The stairs are nice and centrally located, and you can pop in and out, you know, from the back and the front, and I kept using the staircase the whole time. I like that. There's a chandelier, extra utilities that looks cool and keeps stuff from spawning in here, well, for 16 blocks in all directions. Here's some portal guns on their stands, and if you put a redstone signal on them, I think they spin around and shoot portals or something. But these were just extras we found, and I put them on there. Let's see. Just a little bit of IC2 stuff over here. I can't remember. I needed something from IC2, and we just set up, maybe it was the rubber. Yeah, I think I set up the extractor to get some extra rubber. Compressor, macerator, just a few little IC2 things. Really didn't get into that very far this time around. And of course here's the AE system. And is this the one that had the... I thought this was the game I did the 16K storage unit. Yeah, I went from 1K straight to 16K because... Oh, here it is right there. It's not in use. In NEI, if you do... let's see, at applied. If you go in here, you go 1K, and the next one over is 16, and the next one over is 64. So it seems like 16 is your next step. Well, no. 4K is your next step. And 4K is much, much, much easier to make than the 16K. So I spent pretty much all the starting resources making a single 16K cell when I should have made either some 1Ks or a bunch of, or some 4Ks at least. So yeah, anyway, the 4Ks worked out pretty well. I think in the Magic Farm episode or series I did 1Ks. Sawmill, oh, the energetic infuser. So here's the hardened energy cell, and this guy powers the infuser, and the infuser is how we charge this stuff up. Now, there's something buggy here because my power armor pretty much is always fully charged. I have no idea why. But basically, you drop stuff in here, it charges it up, and pops it out over there. So no matter how much I fly around, my power armor's pretty much always got a full charge for some darn reason. Yeah, so still some random chests out in the middle. Here's the power armor tinker table. This is how we change stuff all over the place in the... do I have it here, an Enderman? This is how you install and modify all of your different pieces on the power armor. For instance, the jetpack, which is a huge pain to create, but you get your ion thrusters, install them there, and then you can decide how much thrust versus how much power it's going to take. So that's, yeah, power suits is really cool. Anyway, so here is the thermal expansion line. Got your pulverizer into the redstone furnace, into the chest, and the induction smelter on this side into the chest as well as the magma crucible and fluid transposer, so you can cook up redstone and stuff here, and then it goes right into here, and you can transpose it into whatever you need to put it into. What else? Oh, yeah, so here's a Darkcraft force infuser that I never really understood, but did put that down. Alright folks, so I ended up having to cut out fairly abruptly here, and I did come back and record a second half of this, and I thought I'd just clip them together, but the second half turned out to be longer than this, and I think putting both together is going to be too long to be nice and easy to produce. So I'll do the second half in a separate video, and we'll come down and check out the basement and all the power and the tree farm and the stills and all the stuff that I got going on down here. Plus, still got to go out and check out the chocolate quest or better dungeons thing or whatever. So a bunch of other stuff still to check out, and hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment and let me know if you like this kind of thing or not. I'm considering trying to dig up a really old, an older Feed the Beast world and go through that one a little bit too, but I'm not sure I have all the pieces required to do that. So anyway, let me know if you liked it or not, and either way, I hope you come back for my Magic Farm or my Blood and Bones or whatever the series comes up next after that, and we'll see you there.